Um, I'm kind of dumb, but I'm self-aware. However, this story, I am both dumb and not self-aware. I was in my mid-20s and I was hired as a manager of Target on Lincoln Highway. Target's model is that they have like 4 or 5 managers that run the store, and then they're like assistant managers. So I'm one of a couple. I'm the youngest. I had never worked in retail before, so I wasn't particularly respected. But luckily I was a personality hire, so everyone liked me. So as the first time I'm working in retail, I simply could not grasp the concept of like what an end cap was, or what in stocks exactly meant, or how things got pulled from the back room. It took a long time. But what I was really good at was being thorough in the closing checklist, because I was terrified. They tell you some very scary stories about people hiding in the store right before close, and it's all your fault if something happens if you're the closing manager. So one night, I'm the closing manager, and it was one of those nights where absolutely everything went wrong. There were so many call-outs, so I'm trying to move people around into departments that they don't want to be in, and I'm just trying to make sure that the store stays running and closes properly that evening. I do my very thorough check where I'm terrified the entire time, because what the heck am I going to do if I do find someone hiding in the store? I do the backroom sweep. I walk through all of the aisles and check. I check all of the doors. But there's one thing that I didn't do while I was in the back room, and that was I didn't go back around and check the large trailer that had the next shipment being unloaded in the morning to see if the lock was on there, because there are such things as truck pirates. And truck pirates own the cab, and they will just back in and steal an entire trailer of stuff. So we had to make sure that the lock was always under the trailer. I did not go out the back room and check it, mostly because we're that Fruitville Pike or Lincoln Highway Target backs up to a cornfield, and that sounded terrifying at 1 a.m. And so I'm locking up the front of the store, and instead I decide to drive my car around the back and shine my high beams on the truck to see the lock. But for some reason, the lock must have been shifted a little bit, and it didn't look the way it normally does, so I didn't think it was locked. And I'm just so overwhelmed by the day. I'm so tired. It's dark. I'm alone. So what I do is I just open the door of my Jeep, and I kind of look, and I can't see still if the lock is there. So I come out a little bit more out of the car. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. This is so ridiculous. And I'm looking. Look, I get down off the car, and the car starts rolling. I never put it in park. And like I said, not self-aware, also dumb. Instead of, pulling the emergency brake, quick putting it into park, I She-Hulk the car, trying to get it to stop rolling as it slowly rolls under the truck and takes a big gouge out of the front of my rather new Wrangler, and it's just kind of wedged under there. So I'm just looking at this like, what am I supposed to do? So I back up. I put it in park this time. I look at the trailer and I'm like, there's a little bit of red paint under there from my car, but everything seems to be fine. And the lock's there. I'm going. I'm tired. I'm going home. I have to be back here at 8 a.m. Drive home. I just park it I was living at my boyfriend's parents' house at the time, so I really didn't want to explain it to them, so I backed into the driveway so that they couldn't see it, and I'd be leaving before anyone else. I pull into the parking lot the next morning, and I park far away from the rest of the staff so they can't see it. I'm just generally kind of a joke here. If anyone's familiar with the brasserie on Lincoln Highway, I referred to it one time as the brazier. That was very funny. So any instance where the rest of the managers would be able to laugh at my expense, they would take it. So as soon as I get in, I get called to the back room, and they're like, look at the door to our back room that the trailer backs up into. It's dented a little. And I'm just like, what? What happened? And they're like, we don't know, but actually we do. And they pull up the video of my car going under the trailer and me trying to pull. Like a year later, put in my 2 weeks, and it was actually a month because they were way understaffed and everything. And for my going away party, they played that video. They had kept the video of me. So I did not get in trouble. The trailer was fine, but the door was just a little dented. So clearly someone just decided to look at the tapes and see what stupid stuff I did. Thanks.